Hello and welcome. I'm Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here of Landerholm Immigration A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And today I want to answer the question, can I obtain asylum if I'm outside the United States? And how do I get asylum if I'm outside the U.S.? All right. So first of all, I'm an immigration lawyer who's licensed to practice law in the United States. I can tell you what I know. The truth is that in order to receive asylum in the U.S., you have to be in the United States first. All right, and so apply for a visa to come in, or show yourself and present yourself at the border. All right, and they can detain you for not having documents, and you can apply for asylum. All right. Or if you get some other type of parole, like humanitarian parole, if you have like a crazy medical issue or something like that, sometimes you can come in, and then if you're in that situation, you can seek asylum. It is very, very difficult, though, if you're coming for the purpose of seeking asylum. Like there's no visa in that category. All right, so basically, there's no way to seek asylum in the United States if you're not in the United States. But there is a way to seek what they call refugee status. All right, there's a difference between asylees and refugees. There's a way to seek refugee status through what they call the Office of Refugee Resettlement, or the ORR. All right, it's really through the State Department. And depending on where in the world you might be, you might be eligible for asylum if you leave your country and go to a different country, right? I mentioned that I'm a U.S. certified and licensed immigration lawyer, but I have also, I was actually a volunteer lawyer, legal worker in Ecuador, helping people apply for asylum there in South America. And I know there are clinics to help people file for asylum in Egypt and Tanzania and Thailand and other parts of the world, right? There's an agency through the United Nations, and it is called UNHCR. If you looked up UNHCR.org, I think that's right. I think that's the right URL. And it is the United Nations High Commissioner of Refugees. If you check that out and check out UNHCR, often they have a refugee status determination process. So if you're not set on asylum or refugee status in the United States, you can do it through the UN, and the UN has a separate process that could potentially get you asylum status in a different country depending on where you are in the world. And it is interesting, the vast majority of the asylees and refugees in the world never make it to the United States, right? They're making it to wherever neighboring country, they're just fleeing their immediate country to get to their neighbor's country. You basically get far enough away from their persecution where now they're safe again, all right? And so, and unfortunately, a lot of people never, ever, ever feel safe and end up making it all the way to the United States, even if they're coming from, Mongolia, or even if they're coming from, the Middle East, right? Anyway, so if you've made it to the United States, and if you're interested in seeking asylum, please, please, please contact my office. I would love to help you through that process. And if you're not in the United States, unfortunately, my office cannot help you, right, until or unless you get here, except to say, hey, check out the United Nations High Commissioner of Refugees, check out the Office of Refugee Resettlement, see if there's a way you can apply for refugee status outside the United States, or apply for a visa and enter the United States, and then once you're here, feel free to give me a call, all right? Hopefully that made sense. I wish you the very, very best of luck. I'm Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration A.P.C. We fight for your American dream. Thank you.